So I'm Dr. Ramchand. I'm the CEO and CS of Saksin Lifesciences based at Chennai, and we are involved in developing novel biologics. So first I will briefly tell about the world scenario right now and the disease. There are more than 30,000 human diseases are there, but basically the mechanisms are known only for few hundred diseases. Most diseases we do not know the basic mechanism, and because of that there is no drugs are also there. So basically to understand the or develop a drug, you need to have the targets, and only few hundred targets has been identified and developed, and mechanism is known. This is one of the major problem, and basic drugs are only 400 or 450, and rational drug discovery started about 40 or 50 years back, and the number of small molecules are coming down, and what is happening is that people are now more concentrating on biologics. Biologics means erythropoietin, interferon alpha, interferon gamma, those type of molecules, or monoclonal antibodies, or FABs, fusion proteins, etc. In order to develop a drug, one of the major requirements is that basic research. Basic research to understand the mechanism of the disease and the target. And this is normally happens in the universities. If you see in the US, heavy funding is there for the basic research, and these are all happening in the universities, institutes. And if you compare with in India, our expenditure, whether it is by ICMR, DST, DBT, probably 1% or 2% of the US expense for basic research. Without basic research, you won't be able to understand or develop any kind of targets. So this is one of the major setbacks what is happening in India. As far as Indian pharma companies are concerned, everybody was concentrating all these years developing generic drugs. Generic drugs do not require any research. It's a copying of the existing drugs. Now, about 10 or 15 or 20 years back, after the patent law introduced or implemented in India, about 20 or 25 companies started working on novel drugs. That also Me Too drugs, small molecules. But what has happened is that because of the lack of finance, lack of credible people, scientists, it is all gone down, and till date not a single phase 1 trial has been done in India. One of the major problems is that we have significant deficiency in the understanding of the regulatory process of drug discovery process. The major challenge currently India facing is the talents, the scientists. One reason is that after PhD, most of the scientists are going to US or Europe to do either PhD or postdoctoral, and they continue to be here. So if you see that because of these reasons, the US research as well as drug discovery and development has really gone up, and this is not happening in India. Number two, the amount of money that is required developing a single molecule is about $2 billion. And if you see the Indian pharma company, the complete turnover all put together, 22,000 companies, is about 20 to 25 billion dollars. So how is this possible for Indian company to develop? So Indian company can go up to phase 1 and out license. But if you really see last 10 years, this is also going down. Currently, our company, Saksin Lifesciences, is involved in developing novel biologics. What we are developing a molecule for wet AMD or wet age-related macular dystrophy, which is a loss of vision in aged population. Approximately 200 million worldwide AMD people are there, and out of that, about 20 or 30% is in India. So that means about 50-60 million people are suffering from AMD or age-related macular dystrophy. Out of that, wet AMD is about 7 to 8 million people in India. But unfortunately, the current drugs, which is Lucentis, effective only in 40 to 50% people, and is extremely expensive. Probably an injection will cost about $2,000 to $3,000 and needs about 8 injections. Because of these reasons, we decided a superior version of Lucentis will develop, which is a novel biology, and we hope that we can introduce this for much cheaper. For example, under $50 per injection. Yeah, we are collaborating with the CCAB, so that is Center for Commercialization of Antibodies, and University of Toronto. This is a part of the CCAB is a part of Canadian government as well as University of Toronto. We have established an excellent collaboration with them, and a part of the work is, or discovery work is happening over there. We have plans for developing additional similar molecules in the areas of cancer, then various eye diseases and certain inflammatory diseases.